Go.
So we're just heading out to Igloo Darwin here. We've actually set up with these guys. They're putting up a prize that we can put forward for the challenges, which they don't actually know about yet. I've done this once before with these guys and it's great. So I'm actually gonna do it again with them now. This is Teddy. Do it again with them now and interview them and find out a bit more about cryotherapy.
Process is in 2 stages. First stage is a pre-cool, and then your 3-minute session will start. If you get too cold or claustrophobic or anxious, just say stop the session and we'll get you straight out.
Gotcha. Right, okay, so this is cryotherapy. So what are you pumping into it now? What gas are we using?
Liquid nitrogen we're pumping in. For this pre-cool session it'll take about 30 seconds to about a minute.
Yep.
So we're just charging this back part of the machine with nitrogen.
Yep.
And then once we're down to the right temperature we'll start the actual session and we'll pump the gas into this cylinder here.
Perfect, okay. So what kind of temperatures do you usually get down to?
Down to between -120 and -160 degrees C. That's not Fahrenheit, that's Celsius.
So what would you say, what's the main benefits that you get from that?
Inflammation, anti-inflammatory effects, particularly for those who are involved in sport and recreation, bodybuilders. If you do like an extensive workout and you suffer from DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, it's particularly good for those kind of people. Osteoarthritis, problems with the back like a bulging disc.
So a form of pain relief as well, would you say?
Exactly, yeah. So the cold therapy obviously encourages blood that is pooled in the area and fluid to leave that area. As we all know, whenever you've hurt your back or whatever, it swells up and that's where the pain arises. So this combats that pain and that inflammation.
So like, as you know, we're sort of all big on anti-inflammation and anti-inflammatory, like your diet, nutrition, but this, with everything, just as training, it's a stress response. So although, yes, it's cold, it causes the stress on the body, and the stress that the body then responds to that stress, and in this case then responds towards anti-inflammatory and all the good stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
I do know that last time that I did this, when I came out, I did a big leg session in the morning, and when I came out, I felt instantly like I could feel the inflammation drop, and I didn't realise. Obviously, you know when you damage the body, you cause inflammation, but because it comes down over days, you don't realise how much inflammation. When I brought it down straight away, I could feel that my body was. I could feel it was damaged. You know what I mean? I could feel where I damaged it during the workout. So yeah, it's legit. And I'm back in the cold tub. Minus 131 degrees.
Yeah. Just over 2 minutes left.
Beautiful. Love it. Minus 160, we're going for it. I've lost my nipples. Okay. Here's your cryotherapy. Woo! Right, so this week everyone's been mainly learning not just about nutrition and keeping it, setting those habits, but also the ways in which you eat. Because it's not just what you eat, but when. You could eat the right thing at the wrong time and get the wrong result. So this week's very much about putting that together. Once people practically learn these tools, then they remember them. If I throw a load of information at you like I could potentially do now, A, won't apply it, and B, won't retain it. But when you do things bit by bit and go, wow, that really works, and then you've got your attention and go, how does that work, and then when you learn it afterwards and you've already got the results, then you remember it. So every Thursday we do a Facebook Live where I can take any questions, give everyone the answers, because chances are many people have got the same question, and then everyone can see the answer. It's a way of using technology to come to you. This week we've really been getting more in depth, so people are starting to get exposed to more of the deeper knowledge of nutrition especially, and taking things to a whole new level.
Hey guys, Jacob from Evolve Fitness here. My biggest passion is sport, fitness and just healthy living. My background is 3 years in elite sport. Did a year as an intern with the North Queensland Cowboys. After that, I was an assistant strength and conditioning coach for 2 years with their under-20s team. I've done a 3-year bachelor at uni of sport and exercise science and a year and a half of my master's degree, which I've now finished in strength and conditioning. If you've got a goal, if you're just starting out, or even if you've got a sport-specific goal, I've got things that can helpfully translate from the gym out onto the field. If you've got any questions, you ever want to have a chat, let me know and we'll get onto it.
Right, so it's a Saturday morning and MetaFit is about to get underway. MetaFit is the only thing that we do in-house that we don't create in-house, purely because it's very anaerobic and in line with our ethos. So everything we do is pretty much in an anaerobic threshold. Now you have your aerobic and anaerobic energy systems. So you go for a run for an hour, or you go swimming, or something that you can do for a prolonged amount of time, you're using your aerobic energy system. Aerobic muscle fibers are very efficient with oxygen, and when you're efficient with oxygen, you very easily flush any kind of oxygen debt in your body, because the thing is your body has to have a certain amount of oxygen in at one time. Like having a swimming pool. Too much pH is not good enough, or air is not good. Not enough pH is not good, but the right pH is just perfect, right? 75% of your calories burnt in a day are your resting metabolic rate. So while you're sat down doing nothing, or you're at work, or whatever it is where you're burning the majority of your calories. But now if you go and run for an hour, you'll burn more calories while you're running, but you very quickly come back down to your resting metabolic rate. Now if you use your anaerobic fibers, they're very inefficient with oxygen, and so what they do is they cause like an oxygen debt in your blood. The way your body pays back that debt is by revving your metabolism. So now 75% of your calories burnt in a day is now burnt at a higher level. So you might train for a shorter amount of time, might even be 20 minutes, but the after effects of that 20 minutes will cause something called an EPOC effect, which is excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or more commonly known as the afterburn, which means that 20-minute workout will last for 14 to 24 hours if it's done with the right intensity. So not only does it do that, it builds muscle fiber, builds strength, builds power. It's the difference between having a long distance runner, so quite skinny, small people that aren't massively strong, very fit, and the Olympic sprinter, very big, very powerful, also very fit. So we tend to go towards more anaerobic because people are time poor, so they get the more bang for their buck. So let's go check out a MetaFit workout.
Go!
Right, so I'm here just editing this video quickly on a Saturday morning here, and I haven't got half of what I wanted to record this week done because my fiance's actually been in hospital for a lot of the week, so I'm gonna have to make up for it next week. But I will leave you with this video on roll and release, because a lot of people don't know about myofascial release. So this is Marty. He really knows his stuff, a trainer at Evolve, and just to spike your interest, if you don't know about this, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, look into it. It's great for not only for recovery, but for mobility and injury prevention. And it's what we'll be encouraging the challenges to get into at the end of the week. So we'll wrap up with this, and next week we'll ramp things up, not only for the challenges, but also for getting a bit more of an insight of what happens at Evolve. So have a great week.
Myofascial release is to release the adhesions or the clutter of cobwebs which is in your muscles. So think of a band. Muscles become twisted and constricted. With the band, we want to try and release that by getting into the muscles and releasing with the ball. Using this ball, we press on the muscles. This then rehydrates the system and gets rid of toxins within the muscles. Some of the benefits of myofascial release is we want to get the muscles back into a gliding motion. Rehydrating the system brings fluid into the collagen and starts to make them work and glide in a better fashion. So benefits anywhere from releasing tension, inflammation in the muscles, and also stimulate more blood flow in the muscles, which is what we need for rebuilding muscles after they've had lots of work done to them. Think exercise, think sitting in desk for long periods. They're all areas which are fixed and closed. So by releasing these muscles, we start to get more fluid, more blood going through there, and help our muscles out.